Bronson Reed joins the Bloodline.
Knight wants Elektra to call him Daddy.
And Roman Reigns calls the Wiseman. Hello, welcome to Wrestle MSX. I'm Michael.
I'm Sally.
And we opened with the undisputed WWE Champion in the ring asking Kevin Owens to come out from the back. We got Nick Aldis instead. He said until we can figure this out, we can't have him here and it needs to be resolved internally. Cody blames himself for what happened to Orton and pretty much said to Aldis that he's just got to sit around and do nothing then. He finished off by saying he won't be sitting around long though.
We see Jimmy Uso next on the phone when he runs into Jay and Sami Zayn. Jay asks who was on the phone. Jimmy said it was the OTC and then wants them all together so they can go over the plan for War Games. Jay says they still need a fifth member. Sami then interrupts saying he thinks there's someone he can ask.
Before they run out of people. Anyway, don't forget to give us a subscribe while you're here. If you haven't, we appreciate it. Next we have a first round triple threat match for the new Women's United States Championship between Bayley, Candice LeRae and B-Fab. LeRae sends Bayley out the ring but then proceeds to get beaten down by the more powerful B-Fab. Bayley gets back up on the apron but B-Fab clothesline both her competitors just before we head to a break.
When we come back from the break we see Bayley dropping an elbow to the back of B-Fab and getting a 2 count cover, broken by LeRae. After all three women knock themselves down again with clotheslines, it's LeRae that recovers quickest, getting 2 count covers on both Bayley and B-Fab. Candice decides to go up top. Bayley catches up to her to superplex her, but B-Fab catches up to Bayley and goes for a powerbomb, which she pulls off, while Bayley pulls off the superplex. LeRae, though, turns this into a lateral press, landing on Bayley and getting a 2 count, only because B-Fab broke the cover though. B-Fab then hits Bayley with an inverted neck breaker / facebuster for 2 before Bayley hits Fab with a Bayley to belly. As she does, LeRae gets back in the ring and throws her out, going for a springboard moonsault on B-Fab. B-Fab rolls out of the way. Bayley re-enters the ring, throwing LeRae into the ring post. While B-Fab goes to kick Bayley, Bayley ducks, rolling Fab up for the win and progressing to the next stage of the tournament.
Backstage we see Sami Zayn talking with LA Knight, presumably about becoming the 5th member of War Games. Knight appears to say no as we head to another break.
We come back to see Chelsea Green and Piper Niven goading B-Fab about losing when Michin appears asking if there's a problem. Green says they need to strategise, to which her and Niven then make a sharp exit.
LA Knight out now offering an open challenge to his United States Championship. Knight confirmed that Sami Zayn had asked him to join him in the Bloodline match. Knight said he didn't need that, so he's out. Legado del Fantasma then walked out. Santos Escobar, Angel Garza, Umberto and Elektra and got in the ring. After riling up the crowd, Knight said he faced off against Escobar many times. Been there, done that. Then offered a title shot to Umberto. Knight said he'd give Umberto the opportunity of a lifetime and then beat him like his daddy. But not to get excited, as the only one that can call him daddy is your girl over here, Elektra. So while he's calling me daddy and you're screaming uncle, I'll have everybody saying L.A. Knight. Umberto then jumped Knight as we head to a break. He's funny. Not as funny as Solo.
No.
But he is funny.
Yeah. Umberto seems to be in control, dropping a top rope missile kick on Knight and covering for a 2 count. Both men then end up outside the ring after a clothesline by Knight, who then proceeds to smash Umberto's head into the announcer's table before rolling him back into the ring, dropping him with a DDT and then covering him, only for a 2 though. A springboard kick gets Umberto a 2 count, who then goes upstairs for a moonsault. Knight gets his boots up though, catching Umberto and stopping his momentum. Knight then himself went upstairs, dropping an elbow and then BFT on Umberto, which was enough to cover him for the win and retain his US Championship. Knight then pointed at Escobar and blew a kiss to Elektra. As Knight celebrated, he was jumped and attacked by Shinsuke Nakamura, who then left Knight down on the mat and headed back up the rampway. Nice match, had a nice snap to it. Really enjoyable.
And Shinsuke's back.
Yeah.
Backstage, we see Jimmy and Jay talking when Sami appears, shaking his head, saying it's not looking good. They then head into Reigns' dressing room to talk tactics for War Games. We go to a break, come back, and we're now in the dressing room. Reigns enters the shot and sits down. Sami says they've been to Raw and SmackDown and there's nobody that can join them. Then on the TV screen behind them, we see Solo and his crew head out to the ring. Jay tells Reigns to make the call. Reigns then leaves the room as we head back to the ring to hear what Solo has to say, and it's probably funny.
After asking Milwaukee to acknowledge him, the OTC's music plays and he and the OG Bloodline head out. The two factions steer off before it kicks off. After most of the competitors have gone out the ring, we end up with Solo about to Samoan spike Sami, only to be saved by Roman, who spears Sikoa. Solo rolls out the ring with Sami also leaving by flying over the top rope. Fatu then gets back in the ring and another stare-off ensues between he and Reigns. As the two circle one another, Reigns is attacked from behind by Bronson Reed. Fatu and Reed then beat up Reigns, but the Usos soon get back in the ring to help. It's of no use though, as even though Reigns does fight back, he suffers a Samoan spike from Solo and a tsunami from Reed. With the numbers game too overwhelming, the OG Bloodline lose the battle. Bloodline 2.0 acknowledging on the rampway, with even Bronson Reed joining in. As the camera heads back to the ring, we see a pained Jey Uso telling Roman to make the call.
I mean, Reed is from that part of the world.
Yeah.
He's Australian. He's Australian. And if we're sticking with the oceanic area, you know who Reigns is going to call, don't you?
Who?
Rhea Ripley. No, wait, she's injured. Samoa Joe. He's got the name, so surely he's from there. Is that right? No?
Okay.
Joking aside, I thought if Reed's joining 2.0, then this has to draw Rollins out.
Yeah.
I mean, but with Jay telling Roman he has to call someone, it makes me think it's not him. Because they're not busy mates.
No, he wouldn't.
And he's not going to be, hey Seth, yeah, do you mind?
Yeah.
Is he? So
I don't know who he's calling.
No, we might find out later. Stay tuned.
We then see a self-posted Kevin Owens video. He says he'll be at SmackDown next Friday. Cody Rhodes wants him there, but he's not doing it for Nick Aldis or Cody. He's doing it for himself.
Street Profits out next as they take on the Motor City Machine Guns for the WWE Tag Team Championships. After Sabin and Ford cancel each other out, Sabin tags in Shelley with the Gunners double teaming Ford and covering him for a 2 count. Ford then drops Shelley with a clothesline, with Shelley rolling out the ring. Dawkins then attacks, barging Shelley onto the announcer's table. Back from break, we see Shelley fighting off Ford and making the tag to Sabin, who drop kicks Dawkins off the apron before he takes out Ford and then drops him to the outside. A double team from Motor City then gets Shelley 2 count on Ford, with Ford then able to make the tag to Dawkins. Dawkins then seems to be setting Shelley up for the blockbuster, with Ford climbing to the top rope. Just as he gets there though, he's pushed off by not Sabin but Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa then proceeds to beat up Ford before Gargano runs out to calm him down. Johnny then stands between Motor City and Ciampa, but Ciampa's having none of it and pushes Gargano down before storming off up the ramp. Motor City then tried to help the Profits up, saying it was nothing to do with them. Dawkins is having none of it and slapping Shelley, with the referee then escorting the Profits out the ring. Is this a break-up on the cards?
Everyone's breaking up. Backstage, we see Bayley telling Naomi to watch out for Io Sky when she has her title match with Nia Jax later, when Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill enter the shop.
Everywhere.
The tag champs say they have Naomi's back tonight, putting Bayley's nose out of joint and leaving things a little awkward between the four of them.
Last match of the night, Nia Jax defending her Women's WWE Championship title against Naomi. Naomi flies out of the traps, but soon gets overpowered by Jax. Jax misses an elbow drop, allowing Naomi to try a split-legged pin. Jax kicks out on one. We then see Cargill and Belair watching the match from backstage, as is Tiffany Stratton. Different monitors, of course. Back in the ring, and Jax is dominant, chopping the Glow Machine down, even performing what looks like a pop-up headbutt. I don't know. Jax got caught showboating though, with Naomi sending her to the outside and following up with a dive through the ropes as we head to a break.
We come back and we see Jax covering Naomi for a 2 count and back in charge. But as Jax goes for a powerbomb, Naomi turns it into what looked like a Canadian destroyer for a 2 count.
Unbelievable.
I mean, she didn't get all of it, but it was very, very impressive. A crossbody springboard, enziguri and rear view from Naomi, only getting her a 2 count. A pop-up Samoan drop stopped Naomi in her tracks, with Jax then dragging her over to the corner for the Annihilator. Naomi got up though, pushed Jax off the middle rope, sending her to the outside. Naomi following up with a crossbody to the outside. With the 2 women down outside the ring, we go backstage to see Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair on the floor, and they've been beaten up by Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. The 2 Judgment Day members then slope off after the attack.
Nice. Back to the match, and Jax and Naomi get back in the ring when the ref decides to have a chat with Nia, as you do. Stratton runs out and attacks Naomi. Of course, the ref never saw a thing. Stratton throws Naomi back in the ring, with Jax then dragging Naomi over to the corner and climbing to the middle rope. Unfortunately for Nia, Naomi recovers, kicks her and then climbs up to meet her. Jax goes for a slam on Naomi though, but Naomi counters it, flipping Jax into a slam of her own and landing on her and going for the cover.
Nice. The cover gets her a 2 count. Stratton gets on the apron, but Bayley runs out, taking her out. Jax then knocks herself out by colliding with the ring post, allowing Naomi to hit the split-legged moonsault. The resulting pin getting her a 2 count. As Naomi climbs to the top rope again, Candice LeRae attacks Bayley, with Jax coming around, climbing to the top rope to join Naomi and Samoan dropping her. Naomi is then dragged over to the corner, annihilated and pinned. Jax retaining her title. LeRae and Stratton then join Jax in the ring, standing over a downed and pained Naomi.
With about a minute left, we thought we'd seen somebody come out to either collect Naomi or guard her, or to start a fight with Jax and co. But no, we go to Roman Reigns' locker room instead, where he pulls out his phone and asks his phone to call the Wiseman. The call doesn't go through though, as we hear, "The number you have reached is not in service. This is a recording." Reigns then drops his phone, looking shocked, concerned and worried, with the screen then fading to black as SmackDown goes off the air. Now, I'm not sure Heyman would have been any good as the 5th member.
I mean, he can take a mean drop.
Yeah.
Announcer's
He
table.
can just be there.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I'm not sure he'd have been the ideal candidate.
Maybe
no,
not.
Of course he's not. The question is, though, who does Reigns think Heyman would know to help them in their War Games bout? Brock Lesnar tease? No. Let's not start any Lesnar's coming back theories like everyone else. We're better than that. Now, if you think you know who Heyman might be able to bring to War Games, then please let us know in the comments section, because we have not got a clue.
No idea
But I will
at all.
say, Jax is coming on a treat.
Yeah.
Some of the moves she's doing, and that it looked like a Canadian destroyer. It wasn't called a Canadian destroyer. Nobody said anything in commentary.
Okay.
But if you can see it, and you watch it, and the flip off the middle rope with Naomi, she's coming on.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, that Hurricanrana she tried.
Yeah.
Lucha Jax.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, people mock her for it, but why not try things?
Yeah.
If it works, great. And I think it does. Anyway, thank you again for watching.
And we'll see you Tuesday for Raw. Don't forget to give us a subscribe while you're here.